Anand is an Indian math genius who comes from a poor family and can't thrive despite his talent, so he decides to recruit underprivileged students from all over India and train them free of charge so they can get into good Indian universities. In 1996, in India, the Minister of Education honors a number of students. One of them is a young boy named Anand. In his speech, the minister declares that he will always support the geniuses who work to advance the country to make India proud. After the ceremony, Anand happily announces his medal to his beloved girl. The girl is rich. They show interest to each other. Anand separates him from the girl and goes to a large library in another city. There among the books, he searches for the reference books of mathematics. But the librarian pushes him cruelly out of the library. But one of the staff there gives him a math magazine and says if he can solve an unsolvable math problem, the foreigners will come to him. Anand puts all his focus on solving the problem. It fills a large board and finally finds the answer. He happily goes to his brother and tells him the problem solves and asks him for some money to mail his answer to Cambridge University. Anand goes to the post office, where his father is the post office employee, and sees his father. He explains the matter to his father. His father becomes very happy, but postage abroad is expensive. One day Anand's father comes home so happy. Everyone is working together to send Anand to England. From sewing warm clothes to taking pictures. They do the job of getting a passport. But to buy tickets and travel expenses they need a considerable amount of money. Anand's father can borrow half of the cost. When it comes to money, the minister denies everything and refuses to pay anything. Anand and his father return frustrated, but his father assures him that he will make money for his trip. Anand's father tries all sorts of ways to make money, from selling the gold to borrowing money from friends, but he fails. Anand's father becomes sick from the loss of money and dies on a rainy night despite his children's attempts to get him to the hospital. Ananda is completely disillusioned and depressed after this. One day he was hit by an expensive car on the street. But he knows Anand immediately, but Anand doesn't know him. The man introduces himself to the award ceremony and regrets Anand's situation, that a genius like him is a peddler. Mr. Singh took Anand with him. He offers Anand to teach at their institute. Ananda accepts. Mr. Singh immediately distributes the image and publicity of Anand's presence in his school throughout the city. Because of Anand's reputation and his background in math competitions, the number of applicants for the school doubles. He isn't willing to accept students who can't afford to pay the tuition fees. He goes to dance clubs and gets drunk. When he knows that a teenage boy is trained without going to his own school, he is more surprised. He is the son of one of the servants. This spark changes Anand. Anand leaves Mr. Singh's school and contemplates setting up a school for underprivileged students. He buys a dilapidated old house and, on the other hand, the students of Mr. Singh's institute complain about Anand's leaving and demand the return of their money. Meanwhile, Anand's mistress hears the news of his departure from Singh's school, angrily comes to him and threatens to leave him if he doesn't return to his previous job. But Anand doesn't give up and their relationship ends. After the entrance exam, 30 students pass and their classroom is formed. Anand provides these students with living and food. Mr. Singh enters the classroom with a large bag of food. He assures Anand that if he returns to the school, he will provide accommodation and food for these students and even doubles Anand's salary. But Anand refuses his offer in front of the children. When Mr. Singh sees Anand's resistance, he starts humiliating the Anand students and threatens Anand that he destroys him as he made him famous. Singh's contemptuous thoughts are revisited in Anand's mind but doesn't let his students down. He goes to their dormitories at night and gives them hope by talking about their future and their dreams. Anand tries to teach math and physics concepts in creative ways and uses everyday life events. Students also study seriously. Singh sends people to disrupt the school. One day they cut off the power at the school, and one day they set off in front of a busy school, but none of this dissuades Anand from completing his mission. One day, two students fight over the use of a shared book. Anand tries to produce a few more books, and the students themselves take action, using mathematical concepts of physics and the means at their disposal, make a projector and use it all at the same time. When Anand sees this scene, he becomes very impressed. Anand has difficulty of the maintaining of the children's living expenses. At first, he goes for a loan but can't get a loan. He goes to Mr. Singh and asks for help. Singh agrees to help Anand on one condition. He suggests that Anand's students and his school students hold a competition if Anand's students win the lottery, and Singh will give him the amount he needs. And if his students win the race, Anand should close his school. They have no way forward and agree to this agreement. On the competition day, he took his students to Mr. Singh's school. The children are fascinated by the luxurious and beautiful environment of the school. The competition finished, and on result day both school students were present. An inquisitive reporter was there to judge the competition. Results are announced. Students of Mr. Singh's school was scored 52% and Anand students scored 49% on the test. How far Mr. Singh looks, he can't find the agreement, as may someone had already stolen it. They think deep and announce that they won't close their school without an agreement. On that night, Anand gathers his students and asks them why they are defeated. The children say that when they went to the luxurious of Mr. Singh's school, they were impressed with the environment and their students and couldn't concentrate. Anand wants them to close their eyes and imagine and describe themselves in the University of Technology. Even in their dreams, children find themselves poor, who are inferior to other students. They speak English, but the children don't. Anand continues to think about providing food for children, tries to make money by solving people's problems in mathematical language and gets success. The minister threatens that none of Anand's students should take the test and remove Anand from the way. Journalist Raghunath, who has an agent there, gets informant and informs Anand and his brother that Mr. Singh intends to kill him. Anand's brother goes to the police station and asks for help, but head of the department says he can't do anything because of the lack of soldiers. At that night Anand is on his home way with bicycle and two motorcyclists attack him and shoot to kill him, but when they fail, they put him on the tracks to be killed by the train, but Anand's brother arrives and stops. They take Anand to the hospital, but according to the previous plan, even the doctor delays the treatment. The motorcyclists report their failure to Mr. Singh. He gets angry and orders to attack the hospital and kill Anand's and all his students. Anand's students come to the hospital. An agent brings the news of Mr. Singh's men attacking on the hospital. Children first hide their teacher and then they think about confrontation. Children use the lessons they learned in classes from Anand and mathematical laws and physics to deal with Mr. Singh's men. The next day, exhausted students go to the test center and take the test. The names of the winners are announced on the board. The children rush to see the results, but Anand waits outside. His brother comes out after a few minutes and informs that all of their 30 students have passed the test. Anand goes under the rain and weeps with joy. His students join him in the rain, and together they celebrate their victory.